Me devora je nireng chatan nidang je tanyam lo ne borai je.
May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Okay. Thank you. So, tonight we have request for our Sangha member want to practice for the Ngondro. Ngondro is preliminary practice. The before preliminary practice is the first one is the Amitayus. The traditional in the 3-year retreat or long retreat, and always first is the Amitayus retreat. Because, sometimes in a week say, choose up, do up. This means where is the dharma practice, and there is the obstacles, arising. So likewise, if you, of course, when practice, you need to healthy physically, mentally, and clear your mind or motivation in your mind, very powerful your mind. Sometimes your power is weak and you easy to give up. We have such great example in our traditions. You can look in the Teluba, Naruba, Marba, Mila, Jignesungo, all those how they did. Before that, in Lord Buddha, you can see the Buddha's life is very suitable in kingdom, rich and pleasure and all things in the life is all set. But Buddha's the kingdom, the Buddha's Dadar is not his dream. He has a caution how to be free from all sufferings, not once a while. So he asked many, the Brahmas, and yogis, yoginis, and many things, the Hindu great masters. They don't have any good answer. Those answers never satisfy the Lord Buddha. So then Lord Buddha searching the moment by moment. Remember, he first and tried to outside the kingdom. He see birth, death, and all those sufferings, and he saw. Then he asked question his friend. So this is everybody happen, and then his friend say yes. This sooner or later, you're likely to get older. Maybe this kind, and you will old, and you old this way to happen to die. After death, and then rebirth again, this like baby in crying. So then Buddha was, looks like ordinary form way to curious how I can stop to be free from circle of the samsara and endless suffering. And then Buddha, this kind of question strong and come in his mind. Then he asked question that many, just I said, they have so many say something but not satisfied in the Buddha. It's not make sense in the Buddha. So Buddha need to searching to be free from completely. So he has a commitment to sit in the kusha grass under the Bodhi tree. He is satisfied to all the food, clothing. Is not chasing any of those. Just training. Where is the beginning in the samsara? How I can stop the samsara? Between the hope and doubt, how I can training for myself to the benefit of all sentient beings. Likewise, the people and obstacles, when we think in good practice, and there are sort of very powerful BGs coming. Oh, I must go. This is, my best friend, and maybe something. This is, I have very important dinner. This is, I need to go to my such and such. When the practice come, you have looks like the same obstacle arise. And when you go there, come back, and teachings finish. And then this teaching is not coming always. So that way, sometimes the opportunity is in disappear. And sometimes, not sometimes, impermanent is look everywhere. Remember, there are people wishing to see the celebration in the South Korea, Halloween. See what happened. And young people just looks like play game in the bridge. See what happened in India. Look, some people in some country, they are peaceful. There are so many wealth and some food and things like that. Ukraine. See what happened. Who said this never happened in our life? So what are we waiting? You know, we're waiting many things. So what are you waiting in your life? You can back and just look back in your life. Say you're 30 years old. Every day you're looking, every day searching. What you found it? As next 30 years, the same, you're going there, then you die. What are you carrying? So Ngondro practice is very profound. If you once a lifetime you finish one time Ngondro, they say not rebirth, the lower realm is a guarantee. One the great Drikung practitioner, he did in 16 Ngondro practice, okay? Some people thought, oh, 100,000 prostration is too much. My knees, my back, and my this. You know, my problem is we need to purify because your knees, my back is something's a karma too heavy. As when you finish the karma, you're super healthy because no longer to sickness, no more cause there. Like my neck, for example. So something that causes a condition there, we need to purify complete. That's a good idea. If you're short life, how you can finish the Ngondro practice? That is the reason is the Ngondro practice before the Amitayus is very important. So Amitayus or practice next the week and the week after, 2 days, we're gonna just reciting together. And there's a special uniqueness to combining or community or group all together. That's not ordinary group. This the supreme looking for enlightenment. This the group of the Bodhisattvas, and you know, male and female looks like how are gonna liberate. So you need to long life. Any old accomplishment, those great yogas and yogis and yoginis accomplishment, we have hope maybe they have. So if you're unhealthy physically, unhealthy mind, and then maybe die short, those is wishing in your mind, they're not complete and finished. Then also somebody say, oh, the question is, oh, how much commitment? As a commitment is not punished for anybody. This is a voluntary, your own purify your karma. That's not only this life, and previous life, a life after life. This benefit for our next life is we have almost with choice. You know, good families and good sages family, rebirth, very unique and benefit right away, you know, things like that. So then the Amitayus practice is the people who want to Ngondro practice or people don't want to practice Ngondro. Either is okay. If you join Amitayus, not hurt for you is you expanded your life, healthy way, in the spiritual way, awakening way. Makes sense. Or you guys may familiar. People say we're going to long life prayer for His Holiness Dalai Lama, for example. Do you think he need to long life? No, he has choice how long, but we need, for example, in Tibetan community or exile or inside Tibetan. Just I'm giving example. So that is the reason he is represented many people's power. Remember, and people in the United States, if you are ordinary people kill, or maybe some leader of the state, or maybe the government worker, your charge is different. Likewise, we're offering the beggars, or we're offering to the Supreme Sanghas. I know somebody there a little bit denied it, but you know, this is a real benefit. And for example, His Holiness Dalai Lama or His Holiness Pope, going any place, how many people change life? Look yourself, when you go to work, how many you can change? How many people attention to you? Close to the zero. Nobody looking for you. Say, oh, this is a holy man and woman coming on the way. nobody notices for us. Those great beings go on the way. Everybody recognize if you have the human being eyes because they're different. Their compassion is different. Their thinking is different. Their action is different. You and me only thinking me, my, that's all, We say nice things in the recitation mantra, but action is always for a small group or small in a cell. So the Amitayus practice is very powerful, Remember, Amitayus is not only long life accomplishment as CD. The Amitayus is full of your life is joy. Your life is becoming and changing. Your life is becoming a very noble life. So that kind we will just practice, reciting mantra, visualization, especially see 3 yanas and vajra. There's so many skills. There's so many things. And sometimes you see that we have, for example, banners. Everybody can make the banner. It's not difficult. You're gonna buy a piece in fabric. Maybe you're gonna say 3 or 4 inches wide, long maybe in 1 yard, and you can go the hardware store. And there are some you're gonna buy the arrow, or we can demonstration to share how to make things like that. So that's and each their colors and represented connection to the outside, the environment, inside your emotions and wisdoms, how transform. Then also, those small items are very powerful. You can see we holding the prayer wheel and prayer beads, your mind automatically becomes spiritual. When you're touching your phone, it doesn't matter, iPhone or Samsung. When you're touching the iPhone, then our mind say, okay, I need to this reply because this and that. Oh, this person always make me nuts or this and that. Not fully positive things. They say the object you never think as soon as you touch mala or prayer wheel, you're not becoming angry is a guarantee because the energy is different design. So anyway, Amitayus, that's kind of important. So then also, if you have choice, or if you have choice in the mala, the Buddhi mala is the best. The Buddhi mala is very powerful. You can see there are some, we call the Buddha eye. Each one can handle any recitation. Sometimes you broke a lot of malas. This means some recitation is very powerful. They cannot handle. So there's different malas always break something wrong, So anyway, if you have want some long retreat, you need 2 malas. One that we call the activated mala. Whenever you do prayers and you're going to carry, you can show the public it's okay. One that goes secret mala. Remember, vajra always something. Secret means but nothing bad inside. But this one, you and your Yidam Dedi and your guru only connected. It's not needed public. Of course, you are the group, the retreat practice, they can see, but usually we will carry your secret mala is the back, back into something you're reciting in the back. That's called the very powers stay there. And then the later sometimes in people, great many yogis, practitioners, each beast appearance like the man deities. For example, you say the person who rests alive in his practice of Vajra Yogini, for example, and then the bees transform Vajra Yoginis, or the bees of protection at the best, or bees is something's object. This is the person carrying rest alive and the reciting in always his or her practice. So that way, see each small items very important. Then also you have the vajra and the bell and Damaru, everybody, the Vajrayana practitioner, this is needed, because when they use practice, and also we show all this mudra, it's not only lamas or teachers. You want to learn something, you need to learn everything, the hand mudras and how to reciting everything. And of course, most important, the meaning of the teaching the subject, but you need to all package. If you're missing one, Sometimes we try to mudras every morning, evening. Some people not much attention. It looks like, this is, I know. It's okay. For me, it's no problem. But it's not fully get information for you. So this is, I'm just basically how important Amitayus retreat. And then Amitayus retreat, usually in our tradition in Tibet, we do usually 3 weeks or 1 month. Because traditional say looks like the 1100,000. So you see, the human beings different mind. If you will say, hey, I will give you $100 million, you're very happy. And you need free recitation, 100,000 mantras, you say, oh, I cannot do this a lot, Even though there no cost, nothing, and you're just reciting your mind. So anyway, so this next, the week after we begin, we will keep under the teachings of the basic introduction Ngondro practice. This also we have date in December, and then the real prostration begin is in January, and also we pick up the date. So we're going to send the email. So things like that. So now related back to our tonight question answer for Amitayus. I think you can share, everybody see, not only me, it's okay. So we're gonna see, and some questions in here, Mary or Iron, one of them can read, and I will answer for them. And then if you have some questions, clarify, is very important. Teaching is not a small business, Dharma is not a small group, is not AA meeting. This is looking for enlightened group. So this will make sure to not doubt in your full of the mind. So Mary, you have the piece of paper, can you read?
I do, absolutely.
Yeah, the paper in front of you.
Thank you, Lama, I'll take care of that.
Yeah.
The first one we have is, I'm interested in the new Ngondro group weekly practice led by Lama Sonam. I had started the Drikung Ngondro with Lama Sonam 8 years and 2 kids ago, but never finished. Would love to pick it back up again. So any special advice for people who have would like to restart their Ngondro, Lama?
Yeah, restart is very good. There are sometimes, for everybody, they have responsibility, take care of families and issues, different things. But now this is your opportunity to finish, or when you try to some years and then you step between, it's not pleasant in your mind. Oh, I tried, then I have a lot of responsibility, family, and so forth. I stop. But now somebody helping to together. It's, I think, I will say yes, or restarting, and if you want to finish, this we will, promise we're going to finish the together. So also, by the way, Tuesday is the every Amitayus, and then the prostration, things like that. And also related here, Amitayus practice not only Tuesday. If you are home, you can reciting next 3 weeks. I think it's wonderful. You will many recitation, many familiar benefit of all your families and you, and many you wish to the prayer benefit. Second question.
Okay, so one is from Greg. It says, I have been continuing with my Ngondro practice, kind of similar, but it would be wonderful to have the support of a larger group. Danvers is quite a drive for me, so not sure I can commit to driving there on a weekly basis, but would like to be included in any further communication regarding getting the group going. So again.
Yes, it's not every weekend you not need drive, and everyone is right now in the Zoom. Zoom is very good excuse right now. Is I'm busy, I'm traffic, I love, but I have something. So Zoom said, now what you can say, just click into your finger, that's all. So Greek, welcome back in the Zoom. We can maybe few people in here, maybe want to practice, or myself, whatever, we can share it through the Zoom. You're welcome back.
My friend informed me you have a new Ngondro group coming up. I am out of state. If you are open to everyone, how do we practice? What is the hour for each session? When does the course start, etc.? So how big is the commitment. Therefore, I need to find out these questions before I can commit.
Yes. Commitment is until you become Buddhahood is your commitment. If you need to stay longer samsara, no commitment. Easy stays in place. Okay, it's teaching. It's, So anyway, it's the East Coast, the United States time, and 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Tuesday. And then a retreat or morning, maybe 9:30 or 9, we will begin to until 4:30 or something like that, or 4, but right now it's early dark. And between the lunch and tea break and things like that, and your home and whatever you have time, it's not the same as monks and nuns, your responsibility. But you can say, I want to do something, finish in this one, and your family members sleep, you can get a 1 hour morning, you can do practice, or they sleep early, and you can do 1 hour evening practice, also possible. This is your own practice. The otherwise, we will do 7 to 8.
Is there a list of supplies that are recommended? Meaning like a vajra and bell, Damaru, what will be needed? You mentioned the mala.
Yes. I mentioned, okay, everyone can hear, or you have piece and paper or pen, just in case. Okay, you need Damaru, you need a bell. Vajra is always with a bell. And you need vase. This kind of vase. Maybe you not need fancy like that. It's okay. You have maybe nice flower vase, glasses, no broken. And you can put inside peacock feather or some regular flower or juniper piece and branch. Either is okay. Because the blessing offering object time, you need it. Then you need 7 bowls for water offering, flower offering, incense offering, and so forth. You 7 bowls. Material, gold, silver, copper, brass, metal, or glasses, or plastic, depends what you have. Okay. Then banner, just we talked the banner. Next time we're going to show you the easy way you can make the banner. 5 color fabrics, long is like maybe remember 1 yard. How wide it looks like 5 inches, something like that, 4 or 5 inches. And then you need mirror, the small mirror in there. And the mirror with maybe few jewelries. If you're maybe lady, I think they're jewelries, men's or boys, they're not much, but you need to go to gym store. You can maybe buy few gems like turquoise, force, and course. And this the essence of the those bring in the banner. They say many coming back to energy. Those minerals very power. Okay, and so that's much, Then when you're morning, of course, some candle offerings and incense, those are regular practice. I think this much you need first. And then Amitayus practice begin, and then tell you we need some sort of longevity, we call it the long life pill. Base we make in the rose barley, rose barley Tibetan called Zamba. In Zamba, they call the, and then you put some 5 or 6 essence. For example, the essence of the medicine is like flower. The flowers, the honeybees, bring to the honey. So honey is the one essence. And likewise, the butters, and the tree sweet and all those mixed things we can talk later because it's not yet there. And then you can rolling, just like the pill, or easy lazy way you will go buy the the small chocolate one, looks like pill. You can count also this, you can reciting Amitayus long life. Hey, then after your lunch dinner in the one looks like dessert and also the long life pill. And then they're offering some nectars, those or the retreat time. So that's kind of needed. Nectar means like juice, it's okay.
This one is from Sandra. She says she would like to join, has started before but not completed. I live in Pacific time zone and wonder what time plan Lama has in mind. Maybe too early for me to join. Would he consider recording sessions to view later in the day?
Yeah, there's one our Dharma friend in Washington, Seattle, Oregon area. So her question you guys hear already. I think the 7 p.m. is 5 p.m. there. I think she gonna get it, you know. It's not a.m. This is a p.m. And also maybe hopefully every day every Tuesday when prostration, I think we can maybe someone can recording if they want it, we can share as possible.
So the next part of the question is, how long are you planning for each of the sessions for the refuge and prostration, Vajrasattva, Guru Yoga, Mandala offering, special bodhicitta? How long for each of those?
Yes, the question is a very good question. And if you have the full-time focus prostration, for example, when we have retreat, I finish the 1100,000 prostration is 28 days. That's too much for you because you have a lot of work. So we finish one day, little over 3,500, 3,300 a day prostration. And you can see how much you can do. So I'm not say same, not need exactly the number. So her related answer is everyone we try to 3 months. So then 4 season within 1 year looks like we will want to end it. And this means not only Tuesday evening when gathering is not only that. We begin Tuesday evening, then every day you can try as much as can. You know, this is good for you physically exercise, mentally exercise. End of the day, you say, I did such a wonderful, I chose the best. This is, that way time is 3 months.
Having started the Ngondro previously from Paul, if we started Ngondro but didn't keep it regularly, can we resume from the previous number of prostrations or should we start from 0 again?
I think previous, your bonus. Now this is maybe begin again is good. And you will say, I'm finished full one and unfinished one, business one, it looks like, you know. So this way you're not counting middle with the previous one as I think begins better.
If she doesn't have her ritual items in time for the Amitayus retreat, will that still be okay if she can get them later?
Yes.
Okay. So next one from the paper, we only have 2 more.
Okay.
Is I have recently received a reading transmission for the Ngondro called The Flowing River of Blessings text from Drupal Rinpoche at Chicago. I believe this is from Holiness Chetsam Rinpoche. Chicago Ratna Shreen has started the Ngondro a short time ago. Will you be working from the same or a different text? I would be interested in the teachings provided they are still applicable if it is a different one.
Yeah, I'm not sure which text they are, but we use text also the great master, the Drikung tradition, and we can share there, and you can check it's the same text or not. What's the difference between when we begin, we will end all the way.
Okay. And she's saying, with being a caregiver, she's not sure that she can do this practice with a group consistently, but thinks that if it can be done at home alone, perhaps she can do it concurrently, I think is what she's referring to, because her time is not necessarily her own being a caregiver.
Yeah, it depends your choice. If you have time to join with us. You don't have time, you can do your ways.
Okay. And that's it for what I have from written
Chat,
down.
yeah, chat.
So the chat, I don't have anything, just something from.
Yeah, now we can see in our Zoom, people they want to talk.
Lama Konchok, will we indeed?
Okay, hold on, just a minute. Amanda, can you share the whole full screen, everyone? I need to see where's the.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, that's good. That's much better. I don't need to see myself, so I need to see you, all of you. Yes.
Lama Sonam, do we need a Drikung Kagyu lineage tree for this practice?
Yes. You're right. Yes. And we can maybe two things. We can finding the lineage tree tanga, and then we can post, share here, and then you can print.
Lama, do you have any books that you recommend for us to use?
Amitayus, what book for related which?
Well, I was thinking about how Kenshin Rinpoche recently was here and he had one diamond rosary that refers to the text I think you're planning to use.
Yeah, Dharma roses
Golden, yeah.
are good, but they want to practice them. Amitayus, I think the focus the Amitayus is good. Sometimes, so many texts is good, but we cannot finish looking the text, everything, but or related what we can do, and we can later we're going to say this. Can you read this book, and we can give what books good for the related and want to practice. Any questions? Looks like all set. Wonderful. Yes.
Lama.
Yes.
So, figure, finishing the 111,111 prostrations in 3 months would work out to about more than 1,200 a day.
Yes.
If we come to the end of 3 months and we're not, that's, I'm not sure how many hours that works out to per day. I think
Yes.
several. If we come to the end of the 3 months and we haven't accumulated the 111,000, do you think
Yes.
the group would continue
Yes.
on to the next one? And, would the person, if you hadn't gotten that many, would you need to stay back and rejoin the group when you get your accumulations, or would you go on and still try to get your accumulations on your own time?
I think Vajrayana is a lot of skillful, It's not important for the counting, but we have to call increase mantra. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
One mantra become 100,000. Pretty good news, Very good news. So we're reciting beginning and end. There's an increase. Also, group maybe say 20 people with prostration together, and it means 2,000. Looks like you benefit like one person recitation, 2,000 in a group, each one 100, same equal. So this way, not too much worry. So this way, I have, I'm confident we will finish to 3 months. The problem is there are a lot of excuses, give up, then they will lose, but you will catch there, you will finish. Yes. So remember, Tuesday we're gathering, but other night, you need to do your own. Mornings, evenings, whenever you have time. Sometimes you are maybe say, I have a day of Saturday, Sunday, you can do also. And, everyone's different. Somebody there Monday, Tuesday, but the Tuesday is a gathering. So they are I think, very good for gathering. Is a lot merit. They said, one person in the realization, the community, in fact, to their mind are weakening. So this is the counting number is inspired. Buddha didn't say I was reciting 100,000, then I will become enlightened. Buddha didn't say, but the Vajrayana, they are skillful method. Right now everybody is very easy. You see, everybody just bed or open early morning or evening. You just in your kitchen, you will just eating and meditating and cooking, all those better and better, more options. The before concentrate is very directly. So anyway, yes, we will finish within 3 months. Yes.
Question. For the Amitayus retreat, we're going to need the Dadar, right?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe you can explain a little bit how to build if others don't have, because you explained us for the other retreat.
Okay. Can you give the one Dadar in behind the Joe? The two different banners. You see, one the 5 top, one the maybe single one. Yeah, this one more easy. The 5 branch. This one, yeah, this bring more easy. Okay, see here. Usually traditional the bamboo, 3 joints like this here. 1, 2, 3. 3 joints. This is called joint, right, Mary?
Joint.
Yeah, joint. And top of there looks like the use a sharp, and you can make your own. You know, it's a piece of metal. You will go Home Depot, all kind there. You can make your own this sharp. And top, you can see this is the some feathers, and sometimes you will go stable. They are like this. It's not bamboo, but it looks like a piece of wood, and there are people who use the arrow and board. This also use it. That's a perfect fine. So you can see the piece of fabric is how wide? 4 inches. 4 inches. And you know how to sew. There's a double back and forth side, and then like this edge is here, or perfect square, either is okay. And then 5 colors together. See, it's just like here. And there's the small short. See, maybe here 6 inches tall, and you're not here, and come up. There you go. The others here. Or now you can see by the small mirror like this, and we have some here. And see, I have some showing example, some jewelries, all those kind of whatever you have jewelry. I need too many things. Just here, 6 or 7 items I have here. You did see everyone. Christine is showing her banner is more fancy than mine. It's also good, but this one is just good enough. The banner. Yes. Any question?
Lama, can you tell us what they mean? What the
Yeah, they means in a lot, many things. There's 5 longevity connection. This one is 5 Buddha families, 5 wisdoms, 5 element, 5 promoted, many things. But this is text time. When the text, they will say you each rotating, which bring energy to us, which Buddha family, which color in the text they have. We will just use it. Then we will know what is the significant. And then Amitayus empowerment, if you're physically here, just touching in your 5 different direction forehead. You know, then you can eat those the longevity pills. But you on the Zoom, then enjoy, watch, that's all. You know, empowerment, I say, remember, it didn't get the Zoom, but Zoom is only talk. So this is in the part of the Amitayus banner. So this way, how to make this one, everyone get right. It's not really complicated. If you fancy, you can buy, looks like more silk, but otherwise you can buy just as a simple 5 color, white, yellow, red, green, and blue. This always wear the 5, we call 5 root colors. You can look in the prayer flags, all kinds, always those the same color. Any questions? All right, I think maybe it looks this much, and then we will see you at next 2 weeks, right? And Amitayus retreat. Everyone We will share or send text as well, and the same text. Then we have a lot of time right now. If there are some questions I need to clarify, and we can do that. I think this is very good for you. And sometimes people thought, oh, I like to join this practice, but I don't like prostration because my knees and ankles and backs. Remember, does not need always, you're not need afraid, you know. And the Buddha is again very kind to the sentient being. You're physically healthy, you can do full prostration. If you cannot do that, you can do half prostration. If you can't do it this way, in your mind prostration, and you counting in the malas, you know. Sometimes looks like the laziness prostration like this, or excuse prostration like this also count. But they didn't say, oh no, you need full-time prostration, because depend their body. Whatever their capacity, they will count. But as long as you will show up in the group, you have the same benefit.
Amala.
Yes.
So I do have a physical condition.
Yes.
So I can do some prostrations.
Yes.
So you just explained that there are several variations of prostrations that we can do. Can I do a combination of all these?
Yes, you see which one is suitable for you is okay. Yes.
Okay.
You know, usually we say, okay, 1 hour prostration, you will try maybe 2 or 3 beginning, and then 1 or 2 in the end. In the between, everybody prostration, you need to recite a mantra, but always same benefit.
What kind of mantra that we do during the prostration? Prostrations.
Yeah, this one, remember in the prayer book,
Yes.
Lama but there are few lines missing in the short refuge. So let's go. There are some things between, we have the text. So we will share this in the screen, and then you can print this one. That's missing, remember? They have we have the text before, remember?
You have to add.
Yeah, so we can share in the Zoom or Sameda can then share everyone. Tada manjurun namge tada nyambe semjen tamje changjung nyingbola chiji pardo. This is missing in the main text. Then other words, chenje zawa dang yubara jebe panden lama tamba namla gyapsu chewo yidam jingoroji lazo namla gyapsu sanje jumden de namla gyapsu chewo tambe chu namla gyapsu pakbe gindu namla gyapsu chewo bawu kandu shujung sumes. So this we can do 2 ways. You can reciting your own voice recording, depends on how much you need, quick or slow. All I can read in your recording, and there's also a guide. You now need always look the text and prostration, same as a mandala and things like that. But we're not yet there. We need question more related Amitayus first. So this we have the 1 month still the prostration, but this is how do we can do that?
Thank you, Lamala.
Welcome.
So there.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. I'll ask one more question. I am taking Ngondro right now. I will be finishing up all my homework in next year. So if I start this Ngondro practice at the beginning of next year, so do I if I do finish the other Ngondro within next year, and then I start my new Ngondro at the beginning of next year, and then I do the both together. So if I could finish up my second Ngondro this time, so do I consider I have finished 2 Ngondro?
I think you finish one is the same, you know, but of course, see the Tibetan Buddhism, for example, they measure the four sect, different name or station, different visualization, their lineage, but the same goal. Right at the beginning, taking refuge for immeasurable bodhisattva, you know, compassion, mahamudra, dedication, no different, but different a little bit in where we begin. And if you want to finish the first one, you almost finish, and your mind competent to that way because you already have a way, and you want to join this group, and also you will join this way. The either ways. Most important, comfortable your own mind, you know. Otherwise, oops, now I'm not finished this one. Oops, not finished this one either. Then full of the disappointed. We don't need that. You know, you have the one orally, and you're gonna finish. That's also if comfortable for you. Then no problem. You know, things like that.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, usually, for example, some high yoga tantra teachings and empowerment, they will say, are you finished your Ngondro practice? So means the four preliminary: prostration, refuge, vajra, mandala, guru yoga. And because this, they didn't say, are you finished Nyingma Ngondro or Kagyu Ngondro? See, are you finished Ngondro practice or preliminary practice? So this means the same, you know, same connected, same benefit. Either ones, you know, you cannot do two things in the same time is difficult, and you can do one at a time. Or maybe you can think, I can maybe finish here, then I can try other one. Either ones, what is the best way suitable for you? That's, you can take that way.
Okay, thank you, Lamala.
Lamala, there's a couple of questions that have to do with the ritual items and our relationships to them.
Oh, yes.
And maybe it would be helpful if people see the Damaru. The question is, does the Damaru drum have to be a specific, and vase have to be a specific size or color? So maybe if you show your Damaru.
Damaru is not need specific color, okay? Just Damaru is just the size, 3-4 different drums. See here, this is called Damaru. There's also Damaru. And that your practice also Damaru. But this one, your regular practice, and you need Damaru. But this one, somebody give me a little fancy, you know, looks like here, the colors like gold. Of course, not gold, but similar gold. Whatever you get, the Damaru, that's fine. Then you need to know how to practice also, not only Damaru. So I always said, when you have something, we're going to use it. This way you learn. Same as a mudra, you know. So if you have something and you're going to bring, if you don't have, you will get it. So this is Damaru, size like this. She asked specifically how big size. This is size. Which color? This maybe looks like chocolate color, or maybe the brown color, white. Either is okay. They don't have many colors in Damaru. And then the bell. If you depends you, if you will maybe this the 5 round on the top, or also 9 on top, and also where you get it, you know, sometimes the smaller size company for you, also the smaller size, or the bigger, and the bell also a little bigger one, things like that. So you can finding the many dharma shops, they have bell and Damarus, things like that.
Lamala, does the vajra, did you ask if we needed a vajra as well?
Vajra and Damarus always like together.
Yeah. So should the bell and the vajra be about the same size? I mean, the bell and the vajra be about the same size?
No, when you buy the Damaru, or no, when you buy the bell, and vajra is coming. Otherwise, you know, if you will maybe use the one vajra is different and then bell, and they're not matching. When you buy bell and the vajra coming together. Yeah, this is a very inspired, you know, the beginning you have some new direction, completely in the spiritual, nothing any other, you know, the business, only dharma. And we begin something, you know, very important to begin. I think people will thinking this, you know, important to join. I think it's very, very good. end of the maybe 1 year and you finish Ngondro, we can, how do we begin? Between also need to teachings and make sure right motivation, right procession, all those things, and then we can say His Holiness, how we begin. Now we're here. Do you have any questions for those people practicing Ngondro? You know, it's not testing, but you're also confident in what you've done. And, you know, you see how many people right now is their teenager. We have nobody here teenager. We're pretty good age, you know. It's some little bit high, or I cannot say old, but right now it's perfect to begin in your Ngondro. One day late is you're late. You're 40 years old, 40 years already late. Remember, people said if you want apple in your yard, the best one is 20 years ago. So 20 years are already late. If you want real apple tree, the best is this year or this spring. Next 20 year, you enjoyment. Otherwise, you're thinking a lot of apple tree in your mind, but you cannot pick the real one. So this means we begin Ngondro and we finish within 1 year. I think you I don't know, you guys try or not. In the big jackpot, everybody buy ticket, you win or not, you know? So this Ngondro practice, you win, everybody win, same equally.
Lama, there's one other question on chat.
Okay.
When doing prostration, should we recite the prayer in Tibetan or English?
I think Tibetan is okay because you already know meaning in the English. So we're on the same page. If you don't know what the meaning, I try to explain. Otherwise, we'll reciting in Tibetan is good. But if someone say, no, I need this way, then also okay, what do you call my ways and highways? But you need a very important point, then fine for me.
One more in the chat. And maybe you can clarify about the materials again of the mala.
Yes.
Lama said we need 2 malas. They should be made. Should they be made of a specific material or be a specific color? Should ritual objects always be kept with us? And if so, how should we carry them? What should we carry them in?
Yes. Although I said, remember in your retreat or secret mala is you will keep in your small pocket. Don't show anybody, only spiritual groups. Then the regular practice, this is for guide your own mindfulness. Whenever you go, for example, you see the Garjin Rinpoche, always pray well. That this guide mindfulness. Otherwise, our mind is easy to jumping here, there, and you're 1 minute spiritual, next minute, and you are a different being. So that the mala can catch up your mind. So this mala can share any colors, okay. And the secret malas, I just show, remember, Buddhi seed is the best. If the option, my recommend Buddhi seed is the number 1 or A. It's a little bit pricey, but you buy one time, that's all, you know. It's for you, it's a good object. I don't know how many. I think we have our bookstore, or I think some also. Then also remember all those new dharma objects, you need blessing. Remember the mala blessings. We have the multiply mantras time. We will show you. Remember how to hand holding your malas. And the guru beads, the top of the center. Then you're reciting in the 7 times the guru malas. And also object the new damarus and bells, and you can the blessings. They need blessings. Yes. And then if you don't have the here physically, we do it through the Zoom. For example, we will maybe say we have to maybe want to text. For example, we can put in the front of the chobo. We can prayer, you know, and blessing. And then you will, whoever order, we can send there, things like that. And although I don't know how many you have the bells and damarus. If you can find some place, you can find it. If you didn't find, we can try to find it. We don't have much here at our center, Exeter, the bells in Damaru, but we can order some place, or maybe we can find it somewhere, and then send to you or things like that. This we can do that also. Any clarified questions? You can talk directly in the Zoom, not need to chat. A chat that I don't know who sent, but if you'll question me directly, I know who she is, he is. Yes. You have a question, Mary?
My question has to do with Lama. I know you say Bodhi seed is very good for the prostration practice. Is there any material that is not good? Like, is bone okay, or should we not use bone, or any
No,
color
the
that's
Buddhist seed
good?
is good for all the deities, from Ngondro practice to highest yoga tantra. Any recitation they can allow to counting. Looks like you will say some shoes only inside use, right? What do you call the small shoes?
Slipper.
Silver shoes is good for the inside, but not outside the snow or maybe hiking. So some shoes you will go to the any 4 seasons. Likewise, the Buddhist seed mala is like 4 season mala. Any deity, peaceful, wrathful, submitted, wrathful, all they will count. That's why the Buddhist seed is the best. And then if you don't have Buddhist seed, Jenden is good. You know, Jenden is good. Many things there. Whatever you have, then second is good.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of information overall. Is there some kind of written source for all this?
Yeah, sources many places, but not one package. So to not ask question you in leftover question and continue next 2 weeks, and then we can the beginning we will completely what they needed. I will give you all what they needed. You know. So otherwise, I don't know where the source everything someplace. Want to practice what they needed. Maybe some there, maybe website, but I didn't check.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, thank you.
But you know, I'm here, and you can send the message, and then we're gonna sooner or later we're gonna back to you, or maybe evening practice or morning practice, and we can ask question, and we can answer back to anyone.
Okay, thank you, Lama.
Yes, yes.
Is lotus seed the same as Buddha seed as far as the malas?
No, they are cousin, but it's different. The Buddhi tree is Buddhi tree, lotus is lotus. This lotus is good too. So remember, I said option A is the best Buddhi tree or Buddhi mala, and option second, whatever you have is okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. You have one more?
Yes, just one brief comment about the Ngondro sadhana. If someone doesn't have it, we can purchase the physical copy of the text, and Lamala will bless them for everyone.
Yes. Yes.
If someone is very far from USA and consider that the shipping cost will be too much, there is an electronic copy that can be purchased for individual use. So either way, you can choose.
Okay, thank you, everyone. And then share the dedication for the glorious.
Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind root and lineage lamas, divine assemblies of Yidam deities and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Yogins, Yoginis, and Dakinis dwelling in the 10 directions, please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected in the 3 times by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, in the innate root of virtue, not result in the 8 worldly concerns, 4 causes of samsara, rebirth as a Shravakya or Patekya Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstructors who harm, misleading Maras and the hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, May I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such, in the pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I, in any case, gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo.
Okay, thank you everyone. And you have a wonderful evening and see you soon. Take care.
Thank you.